This program is brought to you by the following proud sponsors. The Alltech Media Group, the region's leading multimedia video production and marketing company, creating powerful and innovative marketing strategies that deliver exponential returns. And by California CEO Online Video Business Magazine, providing California's executives and regional leaders with economic development resources and regional branding solutions. And by StudioCast Pros, taking your web branding strategies to a new level by creating world-class online programs proven to engage audiences and enhance profits.
Good morning and welcome to 1 Million Cups in Riverside. This morning we have two great presenters. Our first presenter is going to be Mark Adams, the CEO of Invisit Software. And Mark.
Thank you very much. Hello, my name is Mark Adams. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Invisit Software. I've been working in the medical software industry for the last 15 years as both a development manager and a CTO. I have my Bachelor of Science in Information Systems from San Diego State University, and I also have a Master's in Finance from University of Redlands. I'm here to introduce my company today. Many of you may know about the troubling number of children being born with autism these days. The CDC is now reporting that 1 in 68, or close to 2% of our children, are now being affected. And this number is unfortunately continuing to rise. And although there's no cure for autism, there is an intense form of therapy called applied behavioral analysis, or ABA, that's been shown to be very effective in helping these children and their families live more happy and productive lives. And with the recent changes brought on by Obamacare, as well as in 36 states, there's now rules that insurance companies have to reimburse for this kind of therapy. This is causing an explosion in the demand for these kind of services. But the clinics themselves are having a hard time keeping up with this demand. For one, ABA therapy is one-on-one therapy for as many as 40 hours a week. So every time a new child comes in looking for therapy, they have to find, train, and fill out a ton of paperwork to bring on a new therapist. They're also having trouble collecting and reporting on their clinical information because most of the therapists are taught to work with these children filling out 3-ring binders with pen and paper. They're also struggling to get the insurance companies to pay because even though the government is telling them they have to pay, they've been responding with a lot of crazy rules and workarounds that they have to go through, all designed to kind of slow down the time it takes to get the payments or to reduce their amounts. So they're struggling with their cash flow. What these clinics really need is they need an all-in-one software system that helps them to track their student data, their therapist data, their billing data, scheduling, and their clinical information so that they could access this information from wherever they are. So for the last 3 years, our team of medical software and medical billing experts have been working on a solution to this problem. Our solution is named Total ABA, and it handles all of their software needs, including handling their scheduling and tracking their therapist information. It handles their billing and helps speed up their insurance payment reimbursements. It handles their clinical information in a way that works on tablets and phones, so right there when they're working with the child. And it has scheduling, reporting, charting, and many more features than we can go into right now. Problem that we're facing today is we're looking to bring on our first salesperson. We've built up the company so far to be about $100,000 a year in yearly revenue, and that's paid out about $7,000 to $8,000 a month. So we have a steady yet somewhat small cash flow coming in. We have a part-time developer helping us offshore, so we got the development side of things pretty much under control at the moment. We also have 2 of our founders act as customer service and implementation, so we're doing pretty good on that front. But between us 5 founders, we're all working 2 full-time jobs. We've got our one job that's paying the bills, and we got the other job that's our passion trying to build this company. We're not getting any reimbursement ourselves for this company at this point. So we're all really busy, but we still got to do more to help this company to grow. Specifically, we need more sales. And since none of us are natural salespeople and fully are completely busy with our other tasks, we're not finding enough time to actually hop on the phone and try to make these calls ourselves. As far as how we got to $100,000 in the first place, we are reselling through a channel. We have a partner who is selling our product along with their service. And that's been very helpful in getting us started, but we don't really have any control over how that scales, how much sales they get. And it's a rather long cycle, so it could take several months to get new customers through that channel. And we're seeking funding, and if we do receive funding, that may make some of this problem go away because we'll be able to afford to hire the salespeople. But seeking funding could take 1 to 6 to 12 months, or it may never come. So we need to get things going before then. We have about $1,000 to $2,000 a month plus commission that we could pay for the salesperson. So that's not a whole lot, but we can increase that as we have more success. The more they sell, the more we'll be able to pay. So our dilemma is how we're going to proceed. We have 4 different ideas. One is we have people that could help us that are friends and family that have offered to help. The upside with that is you could probably have them be an independent contractor. You don't have to worry about them too much because you know about it. But the downside is you could run into drama in that situation, and it's not always that they are fully involved and interested if they think they're kind of doing it as a favor or something. We can wait a little bit and try to get a less experienced person once we could afford to pay $3 or $4 grand a month. We could wait a little bit longer and get the rock star salesperson, but if that takes 6 months, that's going to really kind of slow down the amount of sales we're able to get. The last opportunity we're thinking about is to try to get some kind of an appointment setter. There's various services out there that will go out and call people and try to set up a demo, and then after they get to the demo, we could do the demo and try to close the deal. So these are the 4 ways that we're looking at. We're also wondering if there's any ideas that the audience has. So thank you for your time.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
So it sounds like you have a repeatable business model. You've already got a solution that's working for you. Mm-hmm. You're making money, but you're looking to scale your business.
So
what we like to do at this time is open up for some questions and some feedback from our audience about how we can help you scale, come up with some ideas.
That'd be great.
So if the audience has questions, maybe about his business model, or if you have suggestions on how he could scale his business at this time, we'd like to hear that. Okay. Jay?
Mark, you say that you're focusing on autism now, but do you plan on going into other therapies?
Yes, we are. It turns out that in an autism therapy clinic, they have autism therapists. There's also occupational therapists. There's speech therapists, physical therapists. A lot of therapists working together as a team to try to help these children. Our product right now primarily helps the autism market, but we've already made strides into helping those other therapists. And our intention is to build out the product to the point that it could help those different types of therapists, both in an autism setting or in whatever setting they're in.
All right, Dion?
What is your sales cycle now from the time you initially contact a client to implementation?
Sure. How it usually starts is with marketing, you might say, trying to identify a lead. Once you get the lead, the model is to handle that off to a demo setter. Their whole job is to contact the client and try to get them to agree to a brief demo. The person doing the demo usually needs to be an expert in the software as well as in the workflow of the clinic. Their job is to get them from the demo to agree to a trial, 30-day free trial. After they're in the trial, that gets handed off to the customer service department. They train the people to get them to use the product with the goal of getting them to be happy customers at the end of that trial. So it does take several months to go through. Yeah.
Quick question. Your competitors, how are they marketing their services? And is there any lessons there that you might be able to, I guess, follow just to help market your own?
Yeah, that's a good idea. Usually, one of the most effective ways of reaching the customer is through trade shows. The good side of trade shows is they're there, they're looking for a solution. You have plenty of time to talk to them. You can show them the product and all that. But trade shows are fairly expensive. You've got travel, you've got booth costs, you've got material costs and things like that. So for a startup company, we really got to pick our battles there. But that's, if we were to have funding, that would be the kind of thing that we'd probably spend $100,000 a year on. You could also buy mailing lists from organizations that have a list of all the therapists in the country. There's opportunities for doing pay-per-click and your standard Google AdWords or other things like that. You could also do webinars where you could send out to people, hey, how do you like to learn about some of the trends going on in this industry? And by the way, here's a solution. So there's different paths that we've identified to help find the customers. It's just a matter of getting them through the whole cycle. And the person, when we say salesperson in this presentation, it's really more of the demo setters that we're looking for. People that find the customer, talk to them, and get them to go to the demo, because we have people that could do the demos.
So I have a question for
Yeah,
you.
sure.
Is it possible for you to host maybe some events or networking events that helps them to generate business, but also puts them all in the same place where you have the opportunity to introduce your product? Is
Yeah.
that something that you could do?
That's a great idea, and we haven't done any of those yet.
Okay.
And that's one thing that could be a part of this person's job, is to not just be calling down a list, but to organize those kind of events. Send out notices of webinars or speaking events, or if there's going to be conferences somewhere, just go to the conference and offer to go up there and talk about it.
Okay. Any other questions?
I've got one more. As far as the competitive landscape, are you presenting your company as more of a more comprehensive solution to the problems out there, or are you thinking more that this is going to be a compete in terms of price?
Well, it's a little bit of both. We're a bit of a newcomer, so our price is a little bit lower than some of the existing firms out there. There aren't many existing firms out there. And our product, we believe it has newer technology. It works great on mobile devices, which the therapists really love, because a lot of times they're doing the work inside of the child's home, so they need to be mobile. It's a lot more flexible. One thing that we found in this community is, although a lot of these different clinics are treating autism, they almost all do it a different way, from ways that they've found to be more effective. So our product actually lets them go in there and change fields and do reports and do things their way. That is, a lot of our competitors don't offer that.
I know a lot of the clinics and therapists have trouble with reimbursements, things like that. So does your software help them in that regard?
It does. It offers the starting point to that process where they could enter in all of the codes and the amount of time that they worked with the child. That information gets passed through. We have a connection to another software product for the company that a lot of us have been working with for a while, that take that information, turn it into claims, sends it off to either clearinghouses or insurance companies, gets the claims processed, money comes back, and it goes into their account. So it does offer a comprehensive solution so that they can not only take care of tracking their student information, but actually get themselves paid.
On the sales side, it seems to me that one of the more effective ways that you could reach a large number of people at one time would be through webinars. Have you guys considered doing anything like that?
Yeah, we have, and we're really hoping that this person can help out with that. So that's one of the other dilemmas here, is that it's a fairly complex product. It's not the kind of thing where you could take a general salesperson that doesn't know anything about software and doesn't know anything about autism therapy and get them out there doing this kind of stuff. To be of value to our particular customers, they're going to want to get some information that they don't already know about the industry and the product. So this person needs to be fairly good. We're hoping to either find someone that's been a therapist before, or someone that at least has worked in an office or has done software, because like I was saying, if you just get a general salesperson out there, it's going to take them months, and I'm not sure how effective they'd be. Yes?
You know, a lot of people miss out when they're thinking about their marketing, and they don't think about the influencer.
Okay.
And the influencer in this aspect would be the parents of the child.
Mm.
And have you thought about going and getting more involved in autism programs in the community where the parents are like, hey, I think this would be a great idea for, you know, the people that they're already working with, so the word of mouth would go that way, versus, you know, maybe that's a step in that direction to get the word out there.
Yeah, that's a great idea, and we have done a little bit of that, especially locally. There's been some conferences where we've gone and set up a booth, pretty much knowing that we weren't going to find clinicians there were looking to buy our software, but we were going to see a lot of parents and a lot of people touched by autism. And you're right, that's where the passion is. I mean, if you're looking for people that really want to drive something, having an autistic kid in your house is something that it's a profound change, and something that you're always trying to work to help your child and to help your family. And they have been the ones that are most interested. And part of our product that we're in the process of building, we're calling a parent portal that will allow the parents to sign in, see how their child is doing. Because I have a child who's in preschool, and I'm wondering what he's doing. You know, when a child's in therapy all day and you're worried about them, being able to go in there and see what they're up to and communicate with the therapist in a HIPAA-compliant, secure way would be a great benefit and would get them involved. So that's a big part of our future plans.
Push for that.
Right. If they go, hey, you know, I want to be able to talk my kid, you know, can you give me some software that allows that? Yeah, we think that'll be a big driver going forward.
Yeah, and even if parents were able to download that software online in the App Store, then you begin to build some branding opportunity there. And,
Right.
and parents are saying, hey, do you use this software? Well, and the clinician may say, well, actually, I haven't heard about that.
Right.
Let me look into this because this looks like a great tool that, you know, so you might be able to get leads by having that parent portal.
Yeah, no, that's a good idea, because then we don't have to directly get go after the clinics. Get the parents doing our work. That'd be great.
So I have two questions for you. Number one, you've got about 4 different ideas, or maybe how you could find a salesperson. Are you leaning in a specific direction right now, or you kind of just still trying to figure out which ones?
We're truly undecided at this point.
Okay.
I mean, we have the options on the table. 2 of them involve waiting, so you do that one automatically. But the other ones, it's just we're rolling them around and we go, well, this is the good part. We could really throw someone out there, but if we throw someone out there and they're not the right person for the job, it could just irritate potential customers, and we don't want to do that. So we really are unsure. And we're really hoping that the audience and maybe people out there watching have some other ideas. Maybe they know of companies that do this appointment setting that have medical backgrounds, or know of different organizations involved in autism that may want to contribute. So we're very open to suggestions.
Great. So we've got a great online audience, and if you have suggestions, please share them with Mark. Finally, is there anything else that the 1 Million Cups community here in Riverside could help your company with?
Yeah, probably any of those suggestions that they come up with would be helpful. It's also just helpful as a small company to be able to reach out, because you don't always have the budget to go out there and blast something on CNN about your company, but to be able to have a venue like this where we could reach out across the country and look and see what other entrepreneurs are doing, any way that to get our name out there and get support for what we're doing is very helpful. So we appreciate you having us on.
All right, and thank you.
Oh, thank you very much.
All right.
Thank you.
This program was brought to you by the following proud sponsors: the Alltech Media Group, the region's leading multimedia video production and marketing company, creating powerful and innovative marketing strategies that deliver exponential returns. And by California CEO Online Video Business Magazine, providing California's executives and regional leaders with economic development resources and regional branding solutions. And by StudioCast Pros, taking your web branding strategies to a new level by creating world-class online programs proven to engage audiences and enhance profits.